Guys, what's up? It's Naomi the Crafty Savage here, and I'm back for this week's Whip and Chat. If you're new to diamond painting, WHIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat, I'm just going to be running my mouth as I crochet. I'm now officially a hooker. Oh my god, I've been hooking since this weekend, right? Don't get me wrong, I still love my diamond painting, but I think I was starting to get into a diamond painting slump. We'll get into that, right? But I am happily hooking away a blanket, right? Now, why would I need a blanket when I live in Florida? Because I'm a woman and we can never have enough blankets. It's like, can you really have enough shoes or purses? I think not. Right? We're not even going to get into my shoes or my purses because I really need to go through my shoes again because, yeah, from, I don't know, a couple months ago, you all know, I have too many shoes for somebody who has tan lines from their flip-flops on their feet, right? Right. So, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing fabulous and having a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm over here trying to get this to go through and it didn't want to go through. So, let's see. Where did we last leave off? I think we last left off with my rude as hell, you know, neighbors across the street that were blaring their music at the end of last week's Whip and Chat. I felt like I had to talk over them. This week it's been kind of quiet. I think, I don't know, maybe they're on vacation because I haven't really seen any vehicles at their property. So, a girl can dream, right? Yeah. So, let's see. So, last Thursday, I got up and went to work. And when I say like everybody and their mother, I mean like everybody and their mother was calling me on Thursday. And I was like, geez Louise, like, leave me the hell alone. So like I'm trying to do my work stuff and I got the one guy calling me because my uncle went out and traded in the one truck and got another vehicle. And I don't know why, but the dealership called this other guy and he's calling me. And I'm like, what do I have to do with this? But I guess since I'm here, you know, and you guys are all pussies and afraid to call them, I'll be the one to go knock on the door, you know what I mean? And get my freaking head chewed off. I got a 50-50 chance, you know what I mean? Just by knocking on the door. So yeah, usually when I'm at work, I tiptoe, like, cause yeah, no, I don't feel like getting screamed at or yelled at because I don't know, I breathed or my flip-flop flopped. Anyhow, it's a whole nother thing. I don't even want to get into it, right? So I knock on the door and here, like, I don't know why the insurance card wasn't in the truck, but it probably was, and he just did. Anywho, all right. So at this point, it was like Thursday, and he got it on Friday or Saturday, and it still had the dealer plates on it and all that, blah, 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 blah. So the dealership called one of the workers, and he called me, and I had to go knock on the door and all that good jazz. Well, then I had to go try to find, you know, get the car on the insurance through the company, which I did that. They go down to the dealership because my uncle put it in his personal name and not in the company name. It was a freaking nightmare. Like, I'm tired of handling everybody else's personal freaking crap. I really am. Like, I have enough of my own crap I have to deal with, you know, but that will never change. That is just the life of me. I deal with everybody else's freaking personal crap and just figure my own shit out, right? And figure out how I'm going to do my own stuff somewhere in between there. Let's see. Did that. Picking up checks. I have down here picking up checks, and I have no clue what that means. Like, I usually, like, when I take my notes, I usually, like, put down, you know, like a little, I just have picking up checks. I don't know, I guess apparently something happened last Thursday with picking up checks. I have no clue. No clue. I know I didn't meet up with the guy who said something about my gray hair, and if you notice, I dyed it. No more grays, at least for now. You know, at least for like, I don't know, like a couple days. Like, I swear it, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, wait. We're just gonna back this out, right? Because your girl, all right, I see where I was at. All right. So yeah, so I guess apparently something with picking up checks last week. Oh, then I was on the phone with the post office because I was supposed to have a package that came in last Wednesday, and it says it was delivered to my mailbox, and I get home and it ain't there, right? So I call the post office and I'm like, hey, and they're like, oh yeah, no, it was delivered. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. Like, I checked twice because I have what, like, it's like a community thing and it's got its own slot and it goes like pretty deep in. Like, I can stick my hand in and it'll like come up to like my elbow. So it goes pretty like deep in. So before I even called the post office, what am I doing? I keep seeing, I don't think I should be crocheting and trying to talk because I am messing up like it is nobody's business. But anywho, so I even went back and double checked before I called, you know, and the lady is like, yeah, no, it says it was delivered. And I'm like, yeah, no, it wasn't. Like, I'm telling you, like, I think it was stuck in somebody else's slot by mistake. So they're like, okay, well, we'll put an investigation into this, you know. And the next morning, oh, I'm sorry. So then Thursday, right, so I deal with that with the post office, and I got a thing from Hyundai. Here, my car has a recall on it. There's like something that it's like, it can like malfunction and make your check engine light come on. So like, fingers freaking crossed, that is why the check engine light is on my car. Because yeah, my car doesn't even have 44,000 miles on it. Like, I don't beat it up. I don't, you know, run it through the muck. So like, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm really hoping, you know what I mean, that's what it is. So when I was on the phone with the dealership, to, you know, get it scheduled, which it's going in the day before Thanksgiving because that was the soonest appointment that they had. Here, my car has, what the freaking good googly moogly am I doing? I might have to switch to diamond painting, guys, because your girl is like a freaking dum-dum over here. Like, duh. So yeah, so there's 2 recalls. The one I know, and then I don't know. The guy was like, oh, it actually has 2 recalls. I'm like, cute, great. Mary Poppins, son of a freaking biscuit eater. You know, Miss Coffee makes this look so easy. When she's just do. I don't know how she does it. Like, I'm slow. I ain't got it, right? So I think that's, yeah, that looks right. Okay, anywho, getting back to my story. So yeah, so there's 2 recalls on the car. It goes in the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And yeah, hopefully whatever those recalls are, we'll get it fixed, right? Because it's driving me bananas. All right, so then Friday, I woke up late for work, like straight up woke up late for work. I don't know. I guess I was just tired, and I was like staying up late. I've been trying to get to bed like earlier, and I say that and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I sit up on my phone or something, something stupid, and I'm up way too late. Like I need somebody to like around like 10:30, 11 o'clock just knock me upside my head and I just pass out where I'm at. Just make sure you set my alarm. It's got to be the one that sounds like, the world is coming to an end and it won't stop until I solve 3 math problems. Yeah, because I had that. It's like a special app, but I had, like the regular alarm on my phone, where it's like that freaking biohazard freaking alarm. Like I said, it sounds like the world's coming to an end. And I'll sleep right through it, or I would just keep hitting snooze. Well, the alarm that I have now, you can like program it to where like you can either solve math problems or get up and do jumping jacks, or you know what I mean. Like I'm not jumping up out of bed and doing exercise first thing in the morning. Like, you have lost your marbles. You better go turn around because they are rolling down the street. Like, go get them if you think I'm getting up and doing freaking exercise like first thing in the morning. I don't know if I ever told you, but like I am not not a morning person. My one best friend in Pennsylvania, she is a total morning person. She loves the morning. She's like bubbly and happy, and I'm like, F off. Like, she was my, like my 5K. We always did our 5Ks together. And we would have to get up like early in the morning. Well, I would usually sleep at her house the night before because my butt wasn't getting up. Like, and I lived, it was like almost 40 minutes away from her. So I would have had to get up 40 minutes earlier to be at her house for the time we would have. No, thank you. I will just sleep right here, and you can wake me up in the morning. And yeah, like, it's just, we joke all the time about that. Like, she's not a night person. I'm a night owl. I am not a morning person, and she is just like, she's a morning person, all right? Like, just like a cheerful little Miss, like, ray of sunshine, like, trying to jump out your behind. And I'm just like, clench them butt cheeks. It's too early. I'm going back to bed. But yeah. So I woke up late, and Friday, like, it just, like, it was rainy and yucky. And usually in Florida, like, when it rains, it'll rain for maybe 10 to 20 minutes and then it stops. It just, like, rained all day. And then it was, like, cold, and me and the cold, like, we don't get along. Like, we do not get along. And then I came home, and then I got done work, and I came home, and I was like working on my diamond painting, and I mean, I enjoy it, you know what I mean, but I think I've just kind of like burnt myself out on it a little bit, like, and it just, I wasn't enjoying it. Like, and it's a round diamond painting. Like, me and rounds, like, I fly through them, and I don't want to do it. Like, where usually it was like I would look forward to getting done work, coming home and diamond painting, and I've done that like the last 3 years, and yeah, I'm just kind of like, I think I need to take a break. So what I was trying to do was I would like crochet one day and then like the next day diamond paint. And I don't know, maybe I'll diamond paint tomorrow. But I know crocheting is so much easier because it just a ball of yarn, and instead of having all the drills out, and yeah. But I mean, I'll get my DP bug back. I know I will. Um, but yeah, just I'm in a DP slump, like where I'm just like, it's sitting right in front of me here, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, and it's cute. Like, I really like the image. It's a Randall Spangler, what is it? Fairy Tale Dreams. Hold on, let me finish this stitch and I'll show you. So it's, let's see if you guys can see it, right? So it's Randall Spangler, you know, Fairy Tale Dreams, like with the little dragon and his bunny slippers. Like, it's adorable. I think I just need to work on something else for a little bit, you know, and that DP bug will come up and bite me, and I'll be like, yeah, let's go, right? So, but now where was I? Over here. I'm losing my marbles, guys. Like, hello, nurse. Saturday, I got up and I decided I was going to go to Hobby Lobby, and because in Mrs. Coffee's live on Friday, she was saying how she's going to do like a crochet for like beginners, you know what I mean? And you know, you want to get like this kind of hook and this kind of yarn, blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, you know what I mean? And my grandma, she would crochet like all the time, and she would make all kinds of freaking cool things, and she tried teaching me, but all of my life kind of like I ran into the problem. I'm left-handed, and everyone, and I mean like everyone in my family is right-handed. Like, I'm the black sheep of the family being left-handed. So like people would try to teach me things, like even cooking, like it would drive them crazy because I was, yeah, anywho, right? So being left-handed, living in a right-handed, you know, family, like even extended family, it just, I mean, there were some things I've picked up on, and I'll use my, like for writing, I'll use my left hand. I can write with my right hand. It's not all that, you know, pretty, but you know, there's some things that I find that I will do with my right hand, and I think that's just, you know, growing up being taught by right-handed people. But anyway, getting off the topic, right? I was talking about my grandmama. She crocheted all the time, and she tried teaching me, and I mean, she tried teaching me a couple times. Like, that's where I got my love for crafting, was through my grandmama. And I just, for the freaking life of me, could not get it. Like, I would try, I would get frustrated, and yeah. So Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, she said she was going to, you know, be doing like a tutorial, and that she's going to be doing, I think it's like an Afghan or Grafghan, I think that's it. I could be wrong, but something to that extent, where in like, I think December, don't 100% quote me on that, but so I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. So I looked up some, you know, left-handed crocheting for beginners videos, and I was like, I think I can do that, because I mean, I could crochet what I would call like just the chain, you know what I mean? I called it like an inchworm scarf, because It's like, or an inchworm sleeping bag or a caterpillar sleeping bag, because that's about as big as it was. I could never get it to like go over to the next row. So I looked up some videos and I was like, I can do this, you know, and the Hobby Lobby is like, I think like 2 miles away from where I live. Like the same with Harbor Freight, just Hobby Lobby's that way, Harbor Freight is that way. It's not good. I picked the wrong place to go move to. Like, I would still go to these places when I lived at my other place, but it was like a 20-minute drive. Now it's right down the street. I'm in trouble, guys. Pray for me. Anyhow, so I go to Hobby Lobby and I'm like, okay, let me, you know, go get some yarn and see if I can find these crochet hooks that she's talking about. And I'm like, you know, I should get a planner, because like trying to keep track of all my videos, I don't know where it's at, but it's like a calendar printed out on a piece of paper for the month. And I'll write down like, okay, I have this video scheduled at this day, at this time, you know, like to remind me. So I'm like, okay, let me post something about it on Instagram. YouTube here lately has loved to turn my comments off, and I'm not sure why. Like, they were doing this before, and then like a couple of videos, or for like almost 2 weeks, like it was fine. They were leaving my comments alone. And then like my last 2 videos, like I keep getting messages from people, you know, like, hey, your comments are turned off. And I greatly appreciate it, because sometimes like I don't realize it. And there's times I've gone and had to go in there multiple times and turn them back on. I'm like, what are you doing with your life, YouTube? Like, please tell me. Like, I'll check my email. Like, there's no strikes or anything like that. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? Like, why does YouTube hate me? I don't freaking know, but they do. I don't know. Maybe they don't like my language. I don't really freaking care. They can go suck. Anywho, let's get off that topic, shall we? Yeah, before I get myself in trouble over here. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly, what is a girl to do? So yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby and I was like, you know what, let me see if I can, you know, like find a planner or something. Hobby Lobby done bumped their meaty freaky heads, thinking I was gonna pay, you know, $30, $40 freaking dollars for a planner. Get out of town. Like, so I'm like, I will see, you know, if I can find something on Amazon or maybe like Target or Walmart, because I'm not paying no $30 freaking $40 for a freaking yearly planner. Like, you've lost your ever-loving mind. Again, you lost your marbles. They're rolling down the freaking hill. You better go get them, right? So, I do that with the good gravy. Guys, if I had a brain today, I would be so freaking dangerous, right? I tell ya. I think I missed something here. Snickerdoodle. No, I didn't. It's all good in the hood. But anyway, while I was in the planner section, I ran into this lady, you know, and like I was trying to help her find, she was looking for this one planner and it was like out, like, and I saw it. It had like all the little like ladies on it and they didn't have it anymore. So like we were looking and we were talking and she was telling me about how, she had just had like a heart attack 3 weeks prior, and this was like her first time she was able to get out. And she was telling me about, you know, how she moved down here and how her husband had died, and she started crying, and I had to give this lady a hug. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I don't know this lady, you know, besides just trying to help her hunt down this stuff for a planner. And I don't know, you know what I mean? But like when she was crying, like I wasn't just gonna stand there in, you know, the aisle and be like, oh, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna go find my yarn. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can be cold and freaking heartless. I mean, I freaking cold. I can be really cold. But 9 out of 10 times, like, you have to do something for me to be that way. And chances are you have to do it multiple times, because when I was younger, like, I was a straight up B. Like, just, I was mean, and yeah. And I didn't care who you were, if I knew you, like. And as I've gotten older, I've worked really hard on not being that person. So I have a tendency that I turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek until I'm so tired of getting smacked back and forth, you know what I mean, that it comes out. And when it comes out, like, most people would have done something to you, you know what I mean, like, long time ago. So believe me, like, if I get pushed to that point, that person deserves everything coming to them, because I'm like, I'm evil, and I'm cold, and I scare myself sometimes. Like, I really do. I really do. Yeah, so she was like telling me about that, and then so we couldn't find the planner, and somehow we got onto the conversation about diamond painting in the planner aisle. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I just had to share it with everybody. So we walked down to like where the diamond paintings were, and I was showing her them, and I was telling her about like Diamond Art Club. Well, of course, like all the Diamond Art Clubs that they had were like the big, huge ones, and you know, chances are, like, if you've never diamond painted before, seeing something like that is like a little intimidating. So we found like a smaller one, and she got it. So, but yeah, she's awesome. I got her phone number. I need to text her and see how she's doing. I don't know why, you know what I mean? Like, I'm friendly, but there was just something about her that just, oh, my heart just like broke. It broke for her. She's like, I'm not going to get into everything that she told me, because that's none of y'all business. Like, geez Louise, you people are nosy. Anyhow. But yeah, she's kind of going through a little bit of a rough time, and you know, and she's not from Florida. She had just recently like moved down here and was here, I don't know, I don't even think like a month, and she had the heart attack. So, and yeah, and that was like 3 weeks ago, and she was finally like cleared by her doctor where she could go out like a little bit, but she had to, you know, take things slow. But yeah, but I got her phone number, and I need to text her and see how she's doing, because she has been on my mind since I met her at Hobby Lobby, and she's a lot older than me. She's 72, and when she told me her age, guys, I damn near fell on the floor. Like, she did not look 72 at all. Like, not at all. She looked like she was maybe like in her late 40s, early 50s, and I was like I need to know what you're taking, because let me tell you, first off, if I make it to 72, I hope I look as good as her, because she had me fooled. Like, I thought, you know, she was like around my age, you know, like a little bit older, but not no 72. So yeah, this 72-year-old woman kind of stole my heart at Hobby Lobby, and now has me worried about her. And like I said, I need to text her and find out, you know, what she's doing. I filled her in, you know, about like, because she's staying with a family member right now as she looks for a house, and She was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. I'm like, you want to stay away from here? And you want to stay away from here? I'm like, stay away from Northport. There's a saying in Florida, nothing good comes from Northport. And she was like, oh, I appreciate that. Da, da, da. You know, and then I was like, did anybody tell you about the palmetto bugs? And she's like, oh, no, what's that? I'm like, a palmetto bug is, think of like a cockroach. And she's like, okay. I'm like, then put it on steroids and multiply it by 10. So they're huge. Like, these mofos are huge, right? Then, when you happen to see said mofo, when you try to whack it, the mofo flies and you're over here geeking out. You know what I mean? Because I'm sorry, when you cross that Georgia-Florida line, they should make you pull over in a rest area and like give you pamphlets, warn you about these things. Like, we have these like palmetto bugs that are like the size of your fist, and when you smack it, it will fly and freak you the hell out. Yeah, like, oh, you really see more of them like in like the hurricane rainy season. I don't know where they come from, but oh god, ooh, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Just for the fact that they fly. Like, they fly. I will never ever forget my first experience with the palmetto bug. I was down here on vacation, and the next day I was leaving, so I was up doing like my wash, because I figured, you know, let me like do my wash before I go home. That way, you know, I don't have to worry about wash. I can just put everything away. So I was up late and I was waiting for like the dryer to finish, and I was like kind of tired, and I saw something like scurry across the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, I thought it was a mouse. All right, like, that's how big these mofos are. So I'm finally brave, and I get up off the bed, and I go up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like a freaking cockroach, you know, the size of King Kong, like on steroids times 10. And so I find a shoe, I go to whack it, the mofo took off flying. I screamed, like, I legit freaking screamed. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke everybody up in the house, and I was like, there's like this flying fucking cockroach, like, what the fuck? Yeah, they all had a good laugh at my expense. No. It was not, no. And if you don't know what a palmetto bug is, Google it. I promise you, I will not traumatize you like Bev when she has you Googling things you don't know. Don't Google pony jar. I'm telling you, don't Google that one. I can never, ever look at a My Little Pony ever the same again. Bev has ruined it for me, right? Yes. So, let's see, Saturday, I met Gypsy. I got my crochet hooks in my yarn, and I came home, and I just kind of started, like, I watched the video, and I was like, okay, I got this, and, like, I stumbled a little bit trying to get it to go into, like, the second row, but eventually I got it, and I was, like, working on it, and I'm all proud of myself, and I'm like, yeah, I got this, da, da, da. And then, like, I looked at it, and I was like, why is it all, like, it would, like, start up, and then it would, like, go in. It's because I wasn't doing it right. Thanks to Mrs. Coffee. And if I remember, I will link Mrs. Coffee's beginner crochet video down in the description box below. I realized what I was doing wrong. I wasn't going into like the very end of it, and then like I was chaining up, but I wasn't going into the first one. I think I was like missing that one, so it kept like getting funky wonky. And this one isn't, there's some that, I mean, it's straighter than what I have been doing, but it's still, there's like, I think one where I might have missed it, and by the time I realized it, I was like, I am not pulling this thing apart. I have pulled this yarn apart more times than I would like to admit and started over. But like here at the ends, you can kind of see it's like boop, 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 boop. But then over on this one, we are, you know what I mean? Where when I say like before, it was like wonk. It was bad. It was bad. So, but like I said, this is my very first crocheting project, so I'm not, you know, too worried about it. Like, I know, you know, I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna make mistakes, but you know, you just keep practicing and eventually I will get it. So let's see, that was Saturday, Hobby Lobby. I came home. I came home and I watched the left-handed crochet videos. I made it past the inchworm. Sunday I woke up and Sunday I wound up pulling everything apart because I realized it was like all wonky, and I don't know, like I've just been, how do I say this? Like I feel like I'm homesick. Like I need to go to PA and like see my siblings. Like I miss them like something fierce. Like I've seen my brother Ron, who I call Demon Seed. I saw him, I think it was like September of 2019, and then I was going to go up in March of 20, but then, you know, the whole thing happened and put a in my plans, so I didn't go in 2020, and then like I kept pushing it like in March. Like I don't know, I guess I just thought it was like the flu or something, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh well, then, you know, I'll come down in May for my birthday, thinking, you know, everything would be open back up, and nope. So then I just realized, I'm like, I'm not going up to PA. I'm like, you know, I'll come see you guys in 2021, and I haven't gotten up there, and I wanted to, my sister's 40th birthday party is coming up, and I really wanted to like go up, and I think this is where like I'm homesick and I miss my siblings, and just I really honestly, like, I miss my sister. Like I miss just like talking with her and hanging out, and I'm not going to be able to make it up to PA because I can't trust that my car, you know what I mean, with the check engine light, and it's too freaking expensive to drive up to PA. Like it's cheaper for me to or it's too expensive to fly up to PA. It's actually cheaper for me to drive my car both ways than it is for me to buy a plane ticket to go to Pennsylvania. So I think, you know what I mean, like I think like that's hitting me, and I'm just kind of like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like I miss my Demon Seed. I have not seen my niece Chicky Nuggy yet since she's been born. Like I said, I miss my sister. I miss my other niece. I have a lot of brothers and sisters. I miss them all. I miss the holiday shenanigans of going to Colleen's house and just, you know, doing, you know, crazy, stupid stuff, like talking about the stupid things we did when we were younger. And yeah, because I was looking forward to going to my sister's 40th birthday party, and My car said, F you, right? Yeah. So, yeah. There's that. I'm sorry. I feel like I just kind of like turned into like a freaking Debbie Downer, and I'll get over it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll see them next year at some point. But then I'm like, well, I don't know, because I'm going to go see Ruby. I gotta figure out and figure out like a date. I think I said like maybe sometime in like April, because as much as I love Ruby and I love them boys, I am not going to freaking Oklahoma when it is cold. No thank you, right? And she's telling me, there's snakes and spiders and tornadoes, and I'm like, girl, you better hush your mouth, because you're gonna talk me out of coming to see you. Like, like you might need to like put your house like in a force field where there's no snakes and spiders and no cold weather. But so yeah, but I am looking forward to that. Like I said, I just need to figure out the dates on that. And then there's like retreats, and like I want to go to a retreat, and the only problem is, again, like all these retreats, like I have to fly out to, and plane tickets are not as cheap as like they once were. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, maybe next year, right? So, but I don't know, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody will do a retreat in Florida or Georgia or something like that it's not too far and I can drive, and you know what I mean? Because like I said, to go from where I live now in Florida to Pennsylvania, now this was 2 years ago, so it's probably more than that, but not a whole hell of a lot more. It was less than $100 for me to drive my car from Florida to Pennsylvania one way in gas, because I would fill my car up like around where I lived, and I wouldn't have to stop and get gas until I was halfway through Georgia. I mean, not Georgia, halfway through Virginia. So yeah, like usually, like I would wind up getting tired before, well, no, because I'm trying to think. Virginia. How does it go? It's been a while since I've heard, but I think it goes like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. And I can make it from like where I live, and I can make it to about like, now driving to PA, I make it to about like, almost out of South Carolina. Once in a while, I'll be able to make it to like the South Carolina, North Carolina border, and I pull over, climb in the back, sleep a little bit, hop back in the front, and, take off again. But I know, like, when I come back, like, driving from Pennsylvania, I usually, make it, like, almost to the South Carolina border, and I have to pull over because I'm too tired, and I'm not gonna risk it. Ain't worth risking it, right? Nope, you pull over. And then on Sunday, so I've been like not playing around with Roscoe's food, because I really can't, but he's allergic to like anything with freaking chicken in it, and you would be amazed at how much dog stuff has chicken in it, like, or like it starts off like with a chicken flavor, so then you think, okay, not the chicken flavor, let me go with this beef flavor, but it still has chicken stuff in it, and he itches and itches and itches, and I get these pills for him while here, come to find out there's like chicken byproduct or chicken powder, you know what I mean? Like 3 ingredients into it. It's chicken something. So I've switched them over to this. It's called Signature, and it's the kangaroo formula. And then I mix it with this like beef broth. Well, I should have normally gone and seen Alex this Saturday to get my nails done, and I don't know why. I don't know. I go this Saturday to see him. Because like I said, I'm usually very religious. Like every 2 weeks I go and I see him. And I don't know, maybe it was like he didn't have any afternoon slots open, because on the weekends, like, I mean, I don't sleep in, but especially Saturday, like, I'm usually up late, you know, watching Mrs. Coffee's live, then I go to Ruby Q's live, and by the time Ruby gets done, you know, it could be anywhere from 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. So, you know, and there's times he's like, oh, well, I have like a 10, I have an 11, and I'm like, let me not do that to you, because as much as I would love to be here at that time, I will put money on myself that my behind will still be in bed, or I will just be getting up out of bed, and I'm not gonna make an appointment that I know 99%, like, I'm not gonna make it. You know what I mean? Why, you know, have somebody else take that spot. So yeah, so I think maybe that's why. You know, because he's a popular guy. Like, to get in a, like, you can't just walk in and you get Alex. Like, it doesn't work that way. You have to, like, make an appointment, and because he's the freaking bomb.com. So then, so yeah, so I made Roscoe his own beef broth, because I usually get his food from this like pet store that's in the same shopping center where the nail place is that I go. And I guess, I don't know, and I usually buy like 2 things of this broth, because he'll go through like 1 a week, and I don't know, I guess I was smoking crack that day, I don't freaking know, my brain wasn't working, where I got 2, so I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And there's a pet store like right up the street from me. Well, I went there, and 1, they don't carry the kind of food, like the dry food that he eats. He's like, but you know, we're getting it in January. So I'm like, okay, well that's cool. And then like the refrigerated section, like the refrigerator went or something like that, so they don't have the broth. So I'm like, Mary freaking Poppins. So I did the next best thing and made it myself and put it like in a mason jar, and I just, you know, he has like his own little cup that I pour it in, and then I stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds to warm it up before I drop it in his food and mix it all around. And he seems to like it, and it's actually like, I might actually just do that, because it's actually cheaper than buying the pre-made broth. You know what I mean? And yeah, because I mean, I could probably buy it at the grocery store and it would probably be cheaper, but I don't freaking know. You know what I mean? The things we do for our animals. He is a spoiled pain in my tobacco. But excuse me, I need to get a drink. I'm over here like choking on my spit, and we all know my natural wonderful talent for that. Okay, much better. So that was Sunday. Monday, I got up and, you know, I went to work. I don't know. I feel like a negative Nancy here. I need to get whatever is stuck up my butt out and go back to my normal self, because like I'm just like, I hate people and I hate things, and I just want to be left alone to like craft and not leave my house. But somebody's got to go to work and pay the bills, because Roscoe is a lazy bum and won't get a job, right? I'm blaming you, Roscoe. He's over here snoozing away. You can't really see him. You just see his rear end over there, right? His little poke, 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 poke. But his face is over here. I'm not moving the camera because it's a pain in the tobacco. So, but Monday I went to work, and I mean, it was an all right day. And I get to the bank to like make all the deposits, and I don't know what has been going on with this bank lately, like, but it's like, I swear, like, now on Monday it was the longest I had ever waited in line. Like, I was getting really freaking irritated. But here lately, like, I go into the bank and it's just like they have one teller working. And the one guy, he used to be a teller and then he got promoted and he has like his own office. And 9 out of 10 times anymore, like, he's not even in his office. He's like up at the counter, you know, trying to help people. But on Monday, I literally waited in line for a half an hour because like people didn't have, like, the one lady, it was like, I honestly, like, I felt bad for the bank teller, because like she actually had to like walk away because like she was crying after this customer left. She was trying to tell him, you know what I mean, like, and the one manager even had to be called. Like, I guess, the guy, he didn't have something, so like they're like asking him like security questions and he can't get it. I mean, like, and it's easy freaking stuff. I mean, it wouldn't be easy for me because I don't know, you know what I mean? But if you're that account holder, like, you would know. Like, one of the questions was, what is the name of the direct deposit that gets deposited into this account? Like, meaning, like, who does the check come from that's direct deposited in your account? And the guy gave the wrong thing, and I'm like, I don't think this is the right guy. Like, and he was being like an a-hole, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to like flick him in the dick, like, as he was walking out, for like making this girl cry and giving her a hard time, because, you know what I mean? Like, because chances are he was probably some freaking scam freaking artist, you know what I mean? And, you know, freaking got upset because the bank caught on. And, I mean, like I said, like, I mean, I don't have direct deposit, but I've worked at places where I've had direct deposit. And let me tell you, I knew who the hell I worked for, what the name of, you know, the company was that was paying me, like, and yeah, I mean, like I said, like, it was just, it's fun down here in Florida. Move to Florida, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They didn't warn you about the freaking palmetto bugs or the raunchy ass guys down here that are just like, have no freaking morals. Yeah. And then, so anyway, so Monday I came home from work and I sat down and I actually diamond painted, like, and I enjoyed it. And like, there's a part of me that like, I want to diamond paint, but I'm really enjoying cross stitching. So I'm like all I want to do is cross stitch. Like, I brought my hook and yarn with me at work today. Like, I knew Monday I couldn't, because Monday, like, I'm really super busy. I think I brought it yesterday, and I worked on it a little bit yesterday, and then I worked on it today at work. You know what I mean? And then I get pissed when somebody calls or emails me and I have to stop my freaking crafting to go and actually do my work that I'm getting paid for. Like, just how freaking rude of them. Don't they know, like, I am a crafter. I am trying to get stuff done and they are rudely interrupting me. Right? No, I'm joking, guys. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I do. I'm like, Jesus Louise, you know what I mean? And usually it's something like, oh, you know what I mean? I need this that I've requested from you 50 times now already. And I'm like, and I've sent it to you 51 freaking times, you know? And usually on those days are the days that I will take the time instead of scanning it, you know what I mean? And because it'd probably take me less time to freaking scan it or email it over to them, that I will go hunt down the freaking email and I will forward it to that mofo and be like, see below, at this date, at this time, I sent it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like I'm that big. Because there's, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some builders that, like, they're on their stuff, you know, and there's sometimes, you know, hey, like, stuff gets misplaced, blah, 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 blah. Like, I get that. And then there's some builders that I'm like my one boss will call me and he's like, yeah, so-and-so needs this. And I'm like, I already sent it to him. You know, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, tell them to check their fucking email. Like, and I don't care. Like, because like I said, like, I'm just like, and like this one builder, like, I turned around to my boss and I was like, you know what? I'm like, you better ask them to make a check out for me for doing all their damn fucking work. You know what I mean? I'm like, because I'm getting freaking tired of it. I'm like, unless they're going to cut me a check, you know, for doing all their damn work, I'm like, no. Because like I said, there are some builders that they just like, they just take advantage of it. And it irks me to no end. But yeah, so one day I diamond painted. Yesterday was Tuesday. What did I do? Tuesday. What did I do yesterday? I went to work. Did I write it down? I did. Shucky darn. Look at that. I'm so smart. So Tuesday, I again pulled apart my crochet thing. So that was yesterday. I pulled this apart because on Sunday I pulled it apart and I watched the left-handed tutorial video trying to figure out where I was going wrong, and I thought I had it right, and then like I get up a couple rows and it would wonk, you know. So I was like, what the hell? But then, like I said, I realized what I was doing wrong and I fixed it. What the hell? There we go. Okay. Sorry, this is not as easy as it looks. And then I know Tuesday on my way into work, and like, and I know this, like, I figured out what time the bus comes and like picks up the kids at the corner here where I gotta go. So I try to make sure I am out before them, or I wait like a minute or two, because I don't know what it is about this bus driver, and she only does it at the one freaking stop, you know what I mean? Because I've been stuck behind her before, but she gets to this, you know, this stop that's like, it's not my development, but it's like the next stop sign over, where it's not very far at all. The lady will put the bus in freaking park and get out. And I'm like, and it's not like, I mean, like, I could understand, you know what I mean? Like, if it was like a special needs or if it was, you know what I mean, like little kindergartners, you know what I mean, like I get it, you know what I mean. No, no, these are like, I don't know, like they look like second, third, fourth, fifth graders, you know what I mean? Like they know how to cross the damn street. And if they don't know how to look both ways before crossing the street and they get hit by a freaking car, like shame on that car for not stopping because the bus stop sign is out. And shame on their parents for not teaching their kids to look both ways before you cross the street. All right? I'm just saying, right? So this lady literally, she gets out of the bus and it's like a group ton of freaking kids. So, you know, and like they all line up, you know what I mean? And I don't know, like I swear she was like squirting like freaking hand sanitizer or something on their hands, you know what I mean? And I'm like, geez Louise, like just get these kids a meeky freaky like hamster ball. So as they're standing out at, you know, like the bus stop, they're in their little hamster ball, you know, the bus pulls up and it just has this like big like vacuum hose that comes out and it just sucks all them little kids and their hamster balls right into the bus and we can just keep it moving, right? And the same when they drop them off. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, you know what I mean, like we walked to our bus stop. Right? No, not now. You know, it's like every freaking driveway they stop, you know, and I'm like, I'm like, put them bitches in a hamster ball, you know, but it's the opposite, you know, so like in the morning when they're loading onto the bus, they're in their little hamster ball and they get sucked right in, you know what I mean, like, in the afternoons when you're dropping them off, you know what I mean, they just line up and ping, 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 you just shoot them little kids right out of their hamster ball through the chute and they just go rolling home. It would make things a lot faster. I'm just saying. But then again, that's me. What was I? See, I get into a rant about something and whew, but yeah, that just like, oh, it just perturbs me, you know. Anywho, somebody's probably like, Naomi, you shouldn't be saying that about them school children. Yeah, I did it. I said it. Stick them bitches in hamster little freaking balls and suck them in and shoot them out. Make things a lot easier. But, yeah, so I have been running my little mouth for, oh good lord, it's an hour and 2 minutes now. So I'm gonna jump off now. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time, guys.